welcome to week 6 of the NNR League here at Watkins Glen International Raceway. Blair Patterson here in the booth with Expert. How you doing this evening, Expert?
I'm doing just amazing here. We're getting ready to go left and right, our first road course of the season here in week 6. These guys just got off the Western Sweep, and we were informed a little bit before we went live that these guys may have some tempers flaring carrying over from that Western Sweep, and we're going to have to keep an eye out for it. So a lot of action we can see here tonight, both on track with the racing and also within the drivers' helmets.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that I've been looking at here in practice, a lot of these guys that we've seen fast here consistently, I thought we would see a bigger shakeup to the speed charts here. But look at that, Nick Trader, P1 right here on the speed chart, Vroman P2, so not a huge shake.
Definitely not. These guys still P1, P2. Drew Trader up there will be ranking out in P3. So right now the top 5 is really showing pretty much what we've seen all season. The Trader brothers, Roman up there, Paul Urban, and Justin Anasagot.
Yeah, just absolutely amazing to see the consistency of these guys week in and week out, how fast they are. Doesn't matter that we're on a road course, doesn't matter we were on a 2-mile track last week. You know, the cream always seems to rise to the top here. So it's going to be another really great week of racing.
Definitely, and these guys, I know they were excited to be able to get to this road course. Right now, they've seemed to have a lot of fun out there in practice. Still a while to go, though. But as these guys keep going, we do have an action-packed night for you as well. And we also have a tribute. We'll explain later about that. But we do have a tribute as well coming on lap 2 of tonight's action.
Yeah, speaking of the action-packed night, we got an 80-lap race here tonight. Fuel window is going to be right around 25 laps, so going to be some pit stops. Probably not going to have full course cautions tonight. Probably just going to be local cautions. So pit strategy is going to be a really key thing here for a lot of these drivers.
Definitely. Right now we're going to pull in tonight. We're going to go ahead. I already talked to him before about bringing him in tonight. Let's go ahead and see if we can talk to Mr. Nick Trader real quick and see if we can speak to them just real quick. So let's go ahead and see if we can speak to Mr. Nick Trader. Nick, it's Blair and Expert up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, I do. What's up, guys?
All right, we see you out there on track and pretty much trying to run this road course. You've done a great job so far, 2/10 faster than the rest of the field. How's the truck feeling for the first road course of the season?
It's good. It's kind of slippery, not bad. I mean, there's times where you can break loose if you over throttle it, of course, but it's all about managing the throttle control, going through the corners and coming out of them. I'm liking it. Hopefully it'll be a good race for me.
Well, right now it definitely looks like it's heading in that direction. You had a pretty good Western swing, though, coming off the past 3 races. You performed well at all of them, but we do know there was a little action that happened last week, a little bumping and banging that didn't allow you to have the finish that you wanted. We know there's a lot of timbers heading into this race. Do you have any comment on possibly heading into this race, what's been said so far, or is it just in your rearview mirror at this point?
It's in my rearview mirror. I'm past it. I mean, that was last week. People want to hold grudges, they can hold grudges. That's on them. I caused no harm. I forgot about it halfway through the week, so we'll see what happens, I guess.
All right, well, definitely always nice to talk to you, my friend. We know that you're going to try to put that 56 in victory lane. We hope to be talking to you later.
Yep. I'll see you later.
All right, good luck tonight, Nick.
Yep.
Always nice to talk to one of the, he's actually the brother of one of the head sponsors over the guys at One Mind to Design, racing for One Mind to Design Motorsports, looking for the second win for that team so far this year.
Yeah, you heard him say that he's put it behind him. He's got no beef with anybody right now, so he's just completely focused on this race and hitting his marks, and you know, apexes and exits is what it's all about here on the road course. So he's 100% focused on that.
Yeah, and you know, we get to we get to kick back and laugh at this one because we don't have the trolls out here saying, "Oh, you only make left turns." Haha, not this one.
Nope. They got to turn right this week. Got to use a lot of brakes this week. Got to manage the throttle, like Nick touched on. A lot of things going on this week for these drivers.
Definitely, and right now, these guys still setting up here and practicing. Right now, you're taking a look at Josh Arnold. This is going to be probably one of the toughest spots on the track. The area he just went through, being the bus stop and the carousel. Blair, you've been on iRacing for a while. You're more of a driver than I am on this side. What can we expect from these guys? How treacherous is this part of the track?
It is the hardest part of the track. I wouldn't say by a lot, but it's definitely the hardest part of the track. Getting yourself lined up to enter that bus stop is key. The entry into the bus stop, that way you can run a fast line through it. You got to manage those curbs. If you're not taking any curb whatsoever, you're giving up time. But then again, if you do hit the curbs too much, you could spin out, which is not ideal. And then getting yourself lined up to carry speed through that carousel. This is the second trickiest part that Josh Arnold's going through right now. These S's, this is uphill. When you get to the top of this hill, right where Josh is there, getting the throttle all the way back down to line yourself up for the bus stop can be really tricky. You'll see a lot of guys possibly short shifting to eliminate wheel spin.
Well, right now you can see these guys still practicing hard out there in chat, though. DCC Racing subscribed at Tier 1. They've been on a subscriber streak for now 2 months, or currently on a 2-month streak, but they've been subscribed to the channel for 3 months overall. So definitely thank you to DCC Racing for the subscription, my friend, and thank you for supporting the expert racing community.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to DCC. Appreciate the support for sure. You see Josh Arnold just went a little wide there off that corner. Cost him some speed. You know, the good news is about going wide in that corner. It doesn't wreck your truck most of the time. So you can just go wide, you give up time. Not that big of a deal. You're still in it.
Definitely, and I mean, you got to give him props. That was one heck of a save right there.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. He's gonna be done after that lap there. Looks like he's gonna get a reset, get back out here. We're gonna see who else we can catch up on. Watching the 71 at Hampton now. He just came through the bus stop. Got that really wide entry into the carousel. Wrapping the bottom. Looking good. Got the 16 of Bain rolling off pit road now.
Right now, also out there in chat, NNR Cowboy 19 subscribed at Tier 1 for 6 months now. So right now, definitely gotta love NNR Cowboy out there. And he just commented in chat at XR Network, tricky at the Glen, nice weather out here. So I you know, in the back of my mind, that might be hitting at something.
The weather looks beautiful.
It does, but there's a few clouds out there I noticed. So
Couple clouds, 73 degrees.
did you check the weather?
Yeah. 73 degrees, light wind, 2 mile an hour wind. Track temp's pretty warm though, 102 degree track temp.
The one thing I have in the back of my mind, can we expect, did you look at the Weather Channel when you were right? I don't know them.
I'm not expecting any rain. I don't think we got rain tires here, so hopefully no rain.
Hopefully no rain. Hopefully. Knowing these guys, they may throw us a curveball though.
Never know. Might get the rain curveball.
Definitely a difficult one to swing at.
I don't even know how to. I just take the pitch. Okay, I guess that's a strike. Sure, that's fine.
That's over here. Well, oops. But these guys right now still holding on out here in practice. About 18 minutes left in their session. So as these guys keep running around, I want to go ahead and talk about the tribute that we mentioned earlier. And I mean, this is one of the more difficult things that as broadcasters we have to do, but it's all in support of a good friend of ours. From everyone here at Expert Racing Network, and I'm sure from Blair I'm getting your name tongue twisted already. I can't speak today. From everyone at Expert Racing Network and Blair Patterson Racing, One Mind to Design, and the No Name Racing League, we would like to offer our condolences to NNR Console Cup Series admin Jeff No, aka Stout Whiskey, and his family at this time, as his father passed away early this morning. Jeff, from everyone here, we want you to know you have nothing but our love and support during this tough and trying time. If you need anything, do not hesitate to contact us. In tribute to Jeff's father, we will hold a moment of silence on lap 2, as it is Jeff's number in NNR. For all the fans out there in chat, for that may watch later, we'll go back over it. But for all those out there in chat that may be watching right now, please be sure if you know him, contact him, show your love and support to him. Or if he tunes in tonight and you see him, be sure to show your support to him out there as well. Definitely, it's a tough time. I've lost my grandparents before. They were my rock. I couldn't imagine losing my parents, so I definitely know it's a tough time for him. So show him the love and support out there as they go through this.
Well said, expert. Well said.
I'd say I got a little choked up there for a second. Definitely though. It's heartbreaking to see a member of the NNR community go through something like this. So, and that's one thing you gotta commend NNR. They've always been a family style bunch to offer tributes like this and be able to show support to their members. Jeff has been a vital part of NNR and its regrowth, especially on the console side. I mentioned he was a Cup Series admin. He was a big part of why there is NNRleague.com. So definitely he's been a big part of why NNR is where it is today.
Watching some practice here, we just saw, we're watching Nick Roman. We've seen him a little bit sideways. Roman being such a good driver, when you see him that sideways, that means he's pushing it. He's probably laying down a qualifying run right here. Just trying to get as much speed out of that 95 Ford as he can. See if he can get another win on this season. You see other guys not sliding around near as much, but Roman's trying to get every inch of this track and every bit of grip out of those tires that he can for his qualifying run coming up here in 15 minutes. Speaking of qualifying is going to be 10 minutes long tonight because we're on a road course. Lap's going to take about a minute and 15 seconds thereabout. And then they get 2 of those, so it's 2.5 minutes. Plus a, one lap to get up to speed. So, we're going to be all over that 3 minute 45 second mark. So we're going to a 10-minute qualifying tonight.
Definitely, these guys. It's going to be a longer qualifying session, but these guys they mentioned it earlier in the week that hey, we're probably going to need more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, road course typically a little bit longer qualifying standard here because lap times are much longer than what we're used to. We saw 20-some second laps there at Phoenix a couple weeks ago compared to a minute 15-second laps here. So definitely necessary for the longer qualifying time. Hopefully we get some good action and not everybody hits the track at the exact same time. And we can get some good coverage of the qualifying coming up here in about 14 minutes.
Definitely. And talking about good coverage, let's head over to the 92 of he went back into pits, so we're gonna wait and see whenever he is able to head out. Got a lovely view of the race official right there, the iRacing race official. Okay, now he's heading back out of pits. Let's get a good look at Dustin Carroll there in the 92. He's going to be carrying our helmet cam tonight in the number 92 Expert Racing Network Silverado. Definitely got to love the scheme and the guys at One Mind to Design for putting that together.
Yeah, that is slick looking right there. One Mind to Design knocking it out of the park again as they do on every paint scheme they do here. But that one's really cool.
You gotta love the network support by these guys. I mean, they've done nothing but help support what we've been able to do here on the network. And you know, I mentioned it before, and I'm going to celebrate it again. We have officially hit 200 followers now at 202. So to all of the fans out there, I just want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for following. Thank you for joining the expert racing community. It means a lot to me. It really does.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. That's absolutely awesome. 200 followers. Big milestone.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool.
I'm about to say, I've been trying to build this channel since January, and to hit 200 since January, that's huge for me.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Right now, though, you can see a little bit. He pulled another save maneuver. Gotta love Carol out there doing his best J-Paw impression. J-Paw did it first, but here comes Carol. But definitely, we'll be taking a look at his onboard here tonight to see a driver view. Actually, you have it pulled up right now.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and test it. Make sure the driver helmet cam, visor cam's working all right here tonight.
And go ahead, Blair, since you're the expert. Haha, fun. Get it? All right, but since you're the expert, go ahead while we have his helmet cam. Just give us the insight on what we're seeing and what he's thinking as the driver at this point. Oh.
Well, we'll get that on the next lap. So, what I saw there is getting lined up for that bus stop. The big thing is get all the way to the left, and of left side of the track. Get your left side tires on that white line. Get your all your braking done. Get your turn in done. What looked like looked like he might have had a little bit too much brake bias on that truck, and the back end came around when he hit brakes, or he had a little bit too much wheel in it when he did hit the brakes, and the back end came around. So you want to do all your braking in a straight line. Otherwise, the truck is liable to come around on you. So one of two things happened there to Carroll. But once he gets back out, we'll go get that helmet cam again, and we'll talk about the line that he's running. Hey, look, there he is, back out. Perfect.
Perfect timing. Great call.
All right, so these are the S's that I was talking about. You can hear him really working the throttle to get the truck underneath of him. You'll see he's keeping it to the left here. On the brakes. He's just really, what he's practicing right now is trying to get all the speed on entry. He's pushing all the limits right here. You just saw him miss it 2 times in a row. Super common to see here in practice is guys really trying to push it. As you see the 38, push it right there through the bus stop. This is where you learn. You want to make sure you're getting every bit, especially for this qualifying lap and for this 80 lap race coming up.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw you under the bus, Blair.
Oh, boy.
How many times did you, whenever you first got to Watkins, Glen, how many times did you overshoot the bus stop?
Oh, I can't count that high. I stopped counting at 91, and then I quit counting.
As soon as you got to there, it's just like, okay, it's too much to keep track of.
Too much to keep track of. Yeah, it's super tricky, super technical. It's super hard to get it right. My good buddy Logan Kais helped me out. He's a really good road racer. I raced the 24 Hours of Daytona with him. So anytime I have trouble with a road course, I get Logan to come help me out. He lines me up.
Well, right now, Carroll out there on track, we were taking a look at the visor cam from him. He said, come on, you would watch whenever I'm messing up, LOL.
It's just practice, man. You're trying to get all of it there. There's Boone missing the bus stop, just overshot it. He knew he didn't have to turn in right, so he just took it straight. But yeah, it's practice, just learning how to get it all. Make sure you're not leaving any time out there. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right now, Commando Griff is now the newest follower to the expert racing community. Griff, welcome to the community. Nice to have you, my friend.
Welcome. 73 just got too hard on the gas right there. Cut the rumble strips. Had a little slide. Currently nobody on the track. Are we doing driver's meeting right now? Is that what's going on?
I believe so. Everybody's in general.
You want to run that hype video then?
Let's go ahead. Let's run it up.
Let's go. There you have it. There it is. Got our hype video for Watkins, Glen. Man, these guys over here at NNR, week in and week out, they put such a quality package together. They get those videos going. They got the intro video, not to mention all the great drivers that they got on all the great on-track action. So super excited for this one, man.
Definitely, and as we are about to head into qualifying here shortly, just over 6 minutes left until we head into qualifying. I'm extremely excited for tonight's action. This is the first time we've seen these guys on a road course. It's really going to be a different test to the skills of these drivers, and really going to be we used the example earlier, but it's really going to be a curveball, or if you're a baseball fan, a 3-2 changeup for these guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. We talked about a couple weeks ago at Phoenix, we talked about rhythm. That was one thing that we talked about a lot of times was rhythm. Watkins Glen is also a rhythm racetrack. The problem is it's a lot harder than Phoenix. Phoenix, you have 2 braking points that you got to worry about, and 2 places where you pick up the throttle. Here at Watkins Glen, what do we got, 9 turns here? I don't remember the number, but you know, there's quite a few.
I believe. Let me get a turn map up for Watkins Glen just so I can keep track of this myself.
There we go. There we got a track map. There we go.
There we go.
Got a track map up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Depends on how they count them. Sometimes on S's they count, you know, the left and the right. Sometimes they count them as 1.
Well, I have a pretty good one pulled up, so I might be trusting of this one.
And this is the, so Watkins Glen's got a few layouts. This is the standard stock car layout. They also can race this track without the bus stop that we've been talking about. The bus stop we're going to talk about all night long. It's that kink that you see at the top of the map towards the right-hand side there. You don't have to run that. They have layouts that they don't race that. Then they have layouts where they run what they call the boot. So you'll see that coned off here on this layout after the carousel. Usually you see IMSA and sports cars run the boot. Stock cars I've never seen run the boot. This is the standard stock car setup.
I've always been everybody's been talking about the different road courses NASCAR in real life is adding. I've always been the guy to say I'd love to see Watkins Glen have 2 days, one with the regular stock car setup, and then I'd also like to see these guys go to the GT or IMSA circuit style Watkins Glen for the first time.
That would be fun. So you saw straight off there, you saw those cones, you see the cones in the background? That is the entry to the boot. There's quite a few elevation changes down there. Another, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4 turns down there, I think it is. I think it's 4 or 5 turns down there in the boot. But
yeah, about I believe it's about in total it's 11 turns when you add the boot compared to 7. So yeah, about 4 turns.
Yeah. Good fun way, you know, track to race. Watkins Glen is just an awesome road course. It's got good elevation changes. It's wide enough to run 2 wide at most of the parts. So Watkins Glen's a lot of fun. Provides really great racing action.
Definitely will. As these guys get set here, just a few minutes left in the practice session while these guys are in qualifying. And right now, looking over these results time, it's going to be interesting to see how qualifying goes. You have Nick Trader top of the board here in practice. Roman 2/10 off. Who thought we would say that this year?
Not me.
So, I mean, Roman 2/10 off. He's sitting second. 10th behind him is Paul Irvin. Drew Trader right there with him. And then the next closest guy is Justin Asagok. 4/10 off of those guys. 7/10 off of Nick Trader in total. So a huge gap in lap times for these guys. That's usually a lot closer on ovals, but you're really seeing the gaps build up here at road courses.
But think about that for a second, right? 7/10 of a second. Huge margins for stock car racing fans, okay? 7/10 of a second. Huge margin. But with 7 corners, that's a 10th per corner. That's half of a 10th on entry, half of a 10th on exit. I mean, that's pretty close.
And when you break it down, that, I mean, like you just did, I mean, it really puts things in perspective about how guys lose and gain time throughout the track.
Yeah, it's little tiny things on these road courses. You know, it's very small technical adjustments that all these drivers are going to be making, which adds to all the time. And it's some of these guys, you know, like Nick Trader, really hitting on it. Some of these guys really struggling with it tonight. But, you know, got a little bit here left in practice for these guys to figure it out. And then we got qualifying, so they'll get a couple more laps to figure it out there. And then we got an 80-lap race. So, you know, should be awesome. I'm stoked.
Definitely, I am as well. These guys, though, as practice continues to head on. Right now, we have about a minute left until the qualifying section. God, I'm getting choked up over here. But right now, we talked about the bus stop. We talked about the carousel. Overall, in your opinion, what is, besides those 2 corners, is the S's probably the next worst corner, or is it turn 1?
S's then turn 1 for me. Turn 1 can be tough. Just hitting your braking point, getting your turning right. There's a downshift going into turn 1. And if you downshift too soon and your RPMs are too high, that'll lead to wheel hop and spin you out. If you don't use enough brakes, there's that huge runoff that Jimmy Johnson famously ran off of in the Busch car. So I would go S's just because overall grip, and then I'd go turn 1 because of the downshifting.
Definitely, and right now also we have somebody to shout out as well before tonight's race. We talked about Stout Whiskey and the tribute that we're going to do. Go ahead and look at the back of Mr. Zachary Meredith's truck. Just to go ahead and give that a little bit of a look-see if we can get him during qualifying.
As soon as somebody hits the track, I will get it. I'm trying to get on Meredith's truck right now. Having a cold drink there, expert?
Definitely, the ice is messing with. Trying to take a quiet sip and it doesn't want to work.
There is no quiet sips.
Nope, not at all.
First one on track looks like it's going to be Vroom Vroom Vroman, but we'll be looking for that 17 truck for sure. So Vroman, you see how slow he's going right here up these S's? This is intentional, guys. This is intentional. So what he's doing right here is he's going slow. He's not hurting his tires any. He knows he has, 2.54 miles a lap? He knows he's got over 2 miles to go until he comes to take the green flag. He's not going to pick it up until this last bit of the corner. So this is a really smart move by Vroman.
Definitely trying to keep those tires healthy for the longer part of this qualifying session.
Yeah, this is a really, really smart move by Vroman. Where you see the 09, he's up to full song heading into the bus stop here on his outlap.
And what benefits could being up to speed be in? Could that provide any benefits? Possibly the tires already being heated or anything
Biggest
at all,
ben-
possibly?
biggest benefit is going to be confidence. It's going to give you confidence. You're going to know what your truck has, where it's at, all those things. So if you struggle with qualifying, I would say go out here, or if you struggle in practice, rather, I would say your first lap out, your warm up lap in qualifying, go out there and get it. If you were fast like Vroman was, go out there, take it easy, try to get as much grip out of those tires as possible, and then lay down a fast one.
Well, right now we're about to see what these guys can do as lap times are going to start pouring in here shortly for a lot of these guys pretty soon. Right now, of course, we know. And Roman, he is just taking his time.
Yeah, he's just putting along here. This is the essence of putting along. He's probably trying to cool his tires down as much as possible before he comes into this final stretch. Well, we got the 09. He's on his flying lap here. Watch him go down here to the bus stop again. Hard on the brakes. Good turn in. A little wide there. Sound like he's in the wrong gear, shifted in the middle of the carousel. Here's Robertson, currently our pole setter.
Right now, a lot of guys are already going out there and trying to put their lap times down.
See that little wiggle off the carousel with Robertson? That means he had the gas down, trying to get as much speed as possible. Right side tires over the white line there. Takes a little bit of the runoff curb. Good turn in here to the final corner. Good clean lap there.
Definitely in a tenth faster than his last lap by.
Now we got Justin Sadak. The overlay is mad right now.
It is all over the place.
Yeah, it's upset. We'll
Overlay doesn't know what to do.
Now we'll let it think about its mistakes and get back to it. It looks like.
Right now, Roman with his first lap, I believe, running a 1:15.3.
Pretty strong lap. We got a new pole setter. 16.
Yes, sir.
16 of Bain. Pop to the top of the sheet. Paul Irvin currently P3.
Nick Trader now on his second lap right here. Just got done with his first, so let's see if there's any improvement here on his second lap.
Coming through the S's here. At the top of the hill. Heading down into the bus stop for Nick Trader. Good curb usage. Good curb usage. Nailed that exit. A little slide on the entrance of the carousel, but not bad. Heard an upshift and a downshift right there.
And right here, he's going to shoot straight to the top of the board.
Great lap.
114.5.
Great lap. Yeah, for whatever reason, the overlay thinks Shane Wolf is P2. That is not true. It's Roman that's P2. Let's switch to this overlay, see if we get a better look. There we go. That's a better look, so you can see the lap times up there. As we're right along with Drew Trader.
And right here, Meredith is now out there on track as well.
Excellent. Let's see if we can get Meredith. There he is.
And you can see right there on the back of the truck, 4 Stout Love You Bud. So definitely you can see the support from all the NNR drivers to our good friend Stout Whiskey.
Moves Meredith to P11 in qualifying. Had 16 trucks take time so far. We're looking at guys like Carroll hasn't made a lap yet. Boone hasn't made a lap. Kobe or Coey. Litchenberger.
Sorry, not Josh, but Joseph Darnell hasn't made a lap yet either.
No lap from Darnell yet. Jeremy Horn.
Out there in chat, more than a cape, saying sup XR Network and everyone in the booth. Nice to see you out there, more than a cape. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Hope you stay to enjoy the NNR action we have ahead of you.
Howdy, howdy. Good to see you.
Gotta get the howdy howdy in.
Gotta get a howdy, howdy. Gotta get a howdy,
Howdy, howdy.
State law, actually. It's a New York state law here in Watkins, Glen. Saw
Let's
Bert
say
get a
good
little bit of
morning,
grass.
Watkins.
Just about a minute and a half left here in qualifying. I don't know if all these guys are... I don't know if there's penalties or what's going on with so many guys not qualifying. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 13 drivers not going to put in a qualifying lap tonight. I don't know if there's penalties or what's going on.
Well, right now, to answer your question, this could be an explanation for a lot of guys. NNR Bowling saying, can't qualify, miss the thumbs up mark on attending. We'll start in the back and take my time working through the field.
There you go. There you go. So that gives us a little insight to at least the 38 truck, why he's not out here for qualifying. I don't know if that's that plays into all these other guys or if everybody's got kind of a similar game plan. Start in the back, take it easy. For those of you iRacers out there, you know that ARCA official races were at Watkins Glen this week, and there's quite a treacherous entry into turn 1 for every one of those races I attended this week. It was let's be honest, it was a mess. Okay, turn 1, lap 1 was a mess. Every one that I attended this week.
About to say, just go a little bit wide to make sure you don't get made to go wide.
Yeah, I thought about starting for the pits on most of them, to be honest with you.
Just going straight into the pits on the start.
Yeah, I wasn't smart enough to do it, and then got caught in it. But
just cruise right through.
yeah.
So right now, looking at our lineup, go ahead and take it away, Blair.
So on the pole, we got Nick Trader, we got Nick Vroman, P2, Bain P3, P4 Drew Trader, P5 Ed Robertson in that 64. Paul Irvin P6, P7 Justin Anasagak, P8 Cardwell, 9 is Jeremy Horn, 10 Josh Arnold, 11 is Meredith, and 12 is Cowboy.
And right there, that is your 12 right there. Starting 13th is Snyder, 14th is Diltz, 15th is Boehner, 16th is Burt, and then in order for the rest of the field is going to be Boone, Darnell, Shiro, McQuaid, Quinones, Shiro, Coey, Lewis Jr., Litzenberger, Kobe, Carroll, Hampton, and Crowell.
As we're getting gridded up here. Hey, we haven't made our picks. We need picks.
All right, here we go. You done caught to it. So Since you called it out, am I going to be the first to go?
You gotta go first.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take the one guy that he comes in motivated. He comes in with a very fast ride. I'm going with our pole sitter, Mr. Nick Trader. I think he is going to put that one mind to design Chevrolet back in victory lane.
I like it. That's a great pick. That's a great pick. And to go along with your pick, I'm picking his brother, Drew Trader. We saw a lot of speed out of him on the West Coast swing. He had some unfortunate incidents there at California that really cost him a good finishing spot, but he qualified P4 here, so I'm going with Drew.
Well, right now these guys are getting paced around right now. So right now, of course, they're getting focused, ready for all the action we're expecting to see here tonight. Of course, we do have that tribute on lap 2, so be sure to share this out and have everyone that would like to possibly make a comment for Mr. Jeff No and his family. Go ahead and please share this out and let them know what's about to go down, because we're about to go green in the NNR iRacing Truck Series and about to also share a tribute with one of our members. So right now, as these guys are getting lined up, it's going to be a great race here tonight. A first for NNR, first for a course race on iRacing for NNR.
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really, really fun race here. Pretty excited for it. 80 laps, man. Yes,
sir. And as these guys get through the bus stop, pacing around it, this has to be a getting used to type thing. Pacing around on the road course.
Pacing around on a road course is 0% fun. you got to go too wide through a bus stop. You got to go too wide through a carousel. It's 0% fun. It's stressful.
Is it more stressful than actually racing the road course?
No. You're stressed out now, and then you got turn 1 that you got to hit your marks and all the things. I mean, right
Make
now,
sure you don't hit the guy in front of
you. yeah. All these nerves are on super high right now for all these drivers. So they're all waiting for the pace truck to dive off and get it going so they can calm down a little bit here.
Well, of course, it's a tradition. As the pace truck looks to dive in here at Watkins Glen, we're going to be going left and right here tonight. So you know what? These guys are going to be doing their own version of the Cupid Shuffle. Let's go boogity, boogity, boogity. Racing in New York. We're green at Watkins Glen.
Great jump for the 56. Gets up there to the top line, which is kind of the preferred group for the turn in. Gets down there to the bottom. Really good run through turn 1. We got a couple guys wide back there. I think that's Paul Irvin. They got a little bit wide back there. He's got it collected back up. You see a little damage on the side of the 7 there.
Oh, and multiple trucks around in the back. I believe the 18 is involved, Anna Sagak, and a few other drivers as well. And yeah, a huge stack up back there.
Track's blocked. You're going to see a caution come out here. Track is blocked. Let's see if we can catch a replay of this.
And this is not the start that 18 wanted to have.
No, not at all. This happened right in front of them here. So we see, let's see if we can get the blimp cam. And what you'll see here, we got a pause. So we've got, you see the 9 of Paul Irvin way out wide in that Budweiser truck. You got the 7, Cardwell, also in a Budweiser truck. Out on the outside here, you see the 18. He's that Target Toyota. These guys kind of check up a little bit in front of him here. He checks up. He gets a shot in the back from the 81. He gets into the wall. He tries to save it. He gets another shot, takes another shot. Boone's in it. Rough. I think Coey got a little piece of that too.
And that's a lot of guys involved. Definitely. I mean, it's just a chain reaction. It's very unfortunate for a lot of these guys.
33 of Shero, 24 of Coey, 98 of Quinones. All those guys are running as well. Rough start. So we're under a caution, which is super rare here at Watkins Glen. On iRacing, you pretty much only see cautions at Watkins Glen if there's track blocking incidents. And we definitely had that.
To say the least, that it's very unfortunate for a lot of these guys. Turn 1, not fun.
Turn 1, lap 1. It's tough.
But right now, this is going to give these guys a chance to refocus here. Still, you know, a long race ahead, over 75 laps.
And we're going to count this caution lap as our lap 2, or we're going to do lap 2 of green flag racing?
Let's go ahead this time by whenever these guys pace around. Let's go ahead and give the moment of silence for Jeff No and Stout Whiskey and his family. Once again, Jeff, once these guys hit the line, this moment of silence is for you, my friend. And for all those who were in chat making comments in support of Stout, we thank you very much. We thank you for everyone for participating in this moment of silence in tribute to Mr. Stout Whiskey. Of course, we got the view of Mr. Meredith's truck out there with his own personal tribute to Stout. A lot of guys are running stickers out there as well, so we would like to thank you once again. And Stout, we love you, man. And like I said earlier, if there's anything you need, do not hesitate to contact us. Because, like we've mentioned several times, NNR is a family. And when one of us is down, the rest of us are going to be there to pick them up. And once again, Stout, we're all here for you, man. We love you. So as these guys are getting, as these guys are pacing around, they're double filing up. We're looking to go green this time by.
Absolutely. Lights are off on the pace track. We're going to get this thing fired back off and get her running. Looks
Right
like
now,
Nick Trader took the opposite side.
Yeah, he's taking the opposite side. I don't know if he's hoping to continue that jump and see if he can, you know, just hang on to that outside lane, or if he's just not wanting to get pushed by his brother.
Very possible. Very possible.
About to say, the past 2 restarts, he's been in the opposite lane of his brother, so I don't know if that's what it is or what.
He's trying to get away from him. Because I think Nick knows that Drew's my pick, and I think Drew knows that he's my pick. So Drew's going to get up there and shake and bake.
He's got to show brother what's boss.
I think that's what it is.
Well, right now, Nick and these guys getting set to go green. The pace truck looking to pull off here. And you know what? Let's try take number 2. How about that? Back green here at Watkins, Glen. These guys are going to dive it off here into turn 1. And let's see how these guys can handle it this time by see if we can get up through the S's and get clear of this.
Yeah, another great restart for Nick Trader. You see there, off and running, clear by about 6 car lengths over Nick Rowe. Everything looks to be clean so far in this restart, so that's very good news.
Definitely, these guys pushing through and now heading down the back straightaway. You can see these guys single filing out and getting set for this bus stop. This is going to be the most treacherous part. Let's see how these guys do here.
Yeah, this is a very technical part of the track. You see Nick Trader bounce on through there really well.
Oh, 15 Ashiro's gone around. He's the only one I've seen up to this point go around, so very unfortunate for him, but these guys staying green out here on track.
Yeah, Shiro slid off track there in the bus stop. Huge runoff area, but unfortunately he cut a little wall. You see a little damage on the right rear of that truck, of that Blackstone Chevrolet. But he's back on track, so good to go.
Definitely, and right now, let's go ahead, since we mentioned it in the previous broadcast, let's go to the Expert Racing Network onboard cam right now with the 92 of Dustin Carroll. Let's go take a look at our old friend ODCC Racing.
Heard that downshift getting into 1, 2 downshifts getting into 1. Keeps it really tidy off of here. Doesn't want to take that runoff. That can sometimes upset the truck. Upshift, little lift going in here. Upshifts early to get the good drive off. On the brakes,
Right.
downshifting into the bus stop.
Right here is the hardest part for these guys, like you mentioned before. And oh, another truck goes around right here in front of them.
It's going really wide here through the carousel as Anna Sagat gets past him. Back on the brakes, the downshift, throws it in here left. Doesn't use the runoff there. That's a lap around Watkins Glen.
Definitely, thank you to Dustin Carroll for being willing to put on the Expert Racing Network scheme and carrying the helmet cam for us. Right now, of course, I have a question about what we saw right there with Anna Sagak. Does the damage really hinder you at Watkins Glen? We know it can really affect guys as far as like aero on big oval tracks and grab tracks and such that we've seen so far this year, but is it a big factor here at a road course?
Not going to be a big factor here as we look at Anna Sagak, as we talk about the damage. You see his left side's beat up a little bit. Hard to read the 18 there. We saw the back end is beat pretty bad. biggest thing here is as long as the nose is pretty clean, which it's not on this truck, I wouldn't worry about it. That's the only thing that I'd be worried about is with that nose damage. I'd be making sure to keep an eye on the temps. Definitely can't lose a motor here. It's going to take way too long, about 30-some minutes to get a new motor put in this truck, and you'd be quite a few laps down and not a way to make them up, really.
Yeah, well, right now he's trying to make that outside move work, and he's looking to get in position, in which he does put him one more up over Dilts.
Yeah, he had a huge slide coming off the corner. Was able to carry a ton of speed. Carried a ton of speed down into one, taking a really good angle. And this guy running really good lines out here. Trying to make his way back up through the field, involved on that lap 1 caution.
Right now, shout out to our leader, Nick Trader. He has just pulled away here and really created himself a gap to Roman, who currently sits second.
I'm going to try to get up here so we can see Nick Trader. There he is. And there's Roman. So that's Nick Trader, Nick Roman, then Drew Trader. That's your top 3 right now. Those are the top 3 trucks that you can see on the screen.
Say that 3 times fast.
Not going to happen, sir. It was hard enough the first time. A lot of work.
Oh, Lordy. And these guys, they're really working out here on track. I mean, we've talked about the level of difficulty this track is, but these guys doing a great job so far.
Yeah, these guys are up here at the front. These guys are really running well. One thing that you got to be concerned about, we saw Roman in that qualifying run being cognizant of tire wear. I wonder if he's saving a little bit and if Trader's pushing a little bit, and see if Roman can close this gap later on in a run.
And about to say, you talked to Cowboy earlier. I believe he said we're looking at somewhere around 26 laps on a run.
That is correct. We're going to get about 25, 26, 27 laps on fuel. So there'll be quite a few pit stops here in this 80-lap race.
And definitely, like you mentioned, strategy is going to play an important factor. We mentioned it several times about short pitting or, extending the run out. What is your opinion about the best strategy here at Watkins Glen? Are you more of a guy that's like, hey, I'm going to short pit, or is it, let's stretch this out for as long as I can?
I work, road course strategy, I work backwards. And what I mean by that is in these first 10 laps where we're at right now, I look to see absolutely what's the most I can get out of a tank of fuel. Now that I have 10 laps on it, I've got a good average of what I'm getting per lap. And then once I know that information, I just start subtracting it. So say the number's 25. So I take 80 minus 25. That's going to be my last pit stop, minus 25, minus 25, and then that gives me my entire strategy.
I'm about to say, running it a lot like a lot of guys would run Pocono.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Working backwards.
Gotta love it.
It looked like, who was that little sideways there? Was that Dilts in the 23? Those little sideways?
It looked like it. Right now, that 23 at Dilts, he is having to hold on to his machine. Right now, currently sitting back on my side is showing him in P18.
Just looking around here, looking for some good race in action. We see the 17 of Meredith, see the 7 of Cardwell coming up on him. This is a battle for P6. Just ahead there, you see Josh Arnold running P5. And right behind, that'll be Hampton in 71. He's up 21 spots so far in 10 laps.
Talk about guys that did not qualify, them moving their way up to the front. Gotta love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Working out well for him.
And also another guy I got to shout out is Corey Colby. He's up 16 spots, I believe, sitting right now in P11.
Yeah, he's got a good run. A lot of these guys got some good runs going. A lot of these guys have having a pretty unfortunate run going, like the 16 of Bain. He's having a really rough one. He started there towards the front. Being scored in 27th right now, a couple laps down, I believe.
Definitely, that's unfortunate for him. He could have been caught up in that incident earlier in this race, which would be very unfortunate for him.
But as we're seeing this battle heat up, you know, the biggest thing that I think Meredith was worried about was the pressure from the back, but looks like they're reeling in Josh Arnold ahead of him, so he's got to be focused forward right here and just race the track. Hit your marks. I talked about it in pre-race. Apexes and exits. Hit your marks, line your truck up. You can't worry about Cardwell behind you too much because you got Arnold there ahead of you for P5.
And right here, would you expect a lot of teamwork for guys at a track like this, especially if you can catch a guy in front of you? Do we need to expect some teamwork, or is this more of a every guy for himself in situations like this?
Teamwork's kind of hard at this track because there's basically only, there's one preferred line. There's good spots to pass where you can, obviously make it too wide to step in and make a pass, but it's really hard to work together at tracks like this.
Certainly, and these guys still trying to do the best they can at this point. Try to make it around this track. Definitely a very tough course for these guys.
Gonna check in on our leader now. We got Nick Trader out here still leading this thing. Got a big lead over Vroman. Don't even see Vroman in this shot. That 56 is on rails again here tonight. This on 56 lead almost every lap in Phoenix a couple weeks ago. Oh no! Oh no! Drew Trader's off. He's off track. He was running P3. He got passed by Robertson. So he just gave up a ton of time right there. Don't see too much damage to that number 25 machine. Looks like he just ran a little wide.
Definitely good to see that that he did not get any damage. Hopefully he can get back up to speed and see what he can do. But now the 95 of Roman, he's got to get set. Try to focus on reeling this gap back in between him and Nick Trader.
Yeah, you saw that gap looking down that stretch there. It is a huge gap on the track right now.
Right now, though, as we continue, these guys nearing about a quarter way through this race right now. We talked about our picks being the Trader brothers. If there was an underdog you had to choose, we see a lot of guys making their way up to the field. Almost saw it with Litzenberger last week. Is there anybody you're looking out for to possibly be a dark horse in this one?
I've been keeping my eye on this 71 as he's moved up 21 spots so far in this race. So I've been keeping an eye out on this 71. He's right behind this battle for 6th place, or 5th place really, because you got Arnold, Meredith, Cardwell, and Hampton. So he's got a really good run going here tonight. That's one I've been keeping an eye on for sure.
Well, definitely he is showing out. He's looking to try to get that 71 moving the rest of the way up to the field. I mean, that'd be a feel-good story to see him put himself in the top 5.
Cardwell looked to the inside there of Meredith. Didn't have enough to take the preferred line into the bus stop. Oh no! This 71 slid through the carousel, hit the inside wall. Not too heavy of damage. Oh, another little slide. Hit the inside wall again. Okay, you can say it, expert. You can say it if you want to. I'll let you say it.
No, I wasn't gonna say it.
You can say it.
We know. we know.
They're all gonna know.
We know. Let's say, can we get hashtag commentator curse out there in chat?
Oh boy. They're all gonna know.
Pull out the fudge M&Ms.
Gonna need to get some fudge brownie M&Ms over here.
We can't go 1 week without getting ourselves in trouble.
No, we're good at it. We're definitely good at it.
Oh Lordy, we're gonna have all these drivers not around anymore.
I thought the way Joe Darnell came off the corner there, I thought he was going in for his first pit stop, but he might have just got a little loose and had to collect it up.
Well, right now, despite the unfortunate spin for the 71, this is still a close battle for this P5 or P6 position.
Yeah, I think the 7's a little bit faster than the 17 right now. He just can't capitalize on a good spot to pass him. But we've seen him here in the bus stop be on the attack 2 times in a row. Just hasn't found a spot to make the pass.
And right here, when it comes to passing zones, a lot of people saying, well, I mean, you have all these corners. It should be simple to pass. I mean, like you're mentioning right now, that's not necessarily the case.
No, some corners are really good for it. Some corners are really bad for it. Turn 1, good passing corner. Through the S's, terrible spot to pass. So you got to really line it up and time it out. He's not close enough to attempt anything here. 22 goes wide, which is going to put the 17 on attack. So, like I was talking about, turn 1 passing opportunities. Thank you, NNR drivers, for making me look good.
Okay, so the incident with the 71, that's commentator's curse. What do you want to call it?
I'd call that getting lucky. That's 100% getting lucky.
Hashtag getting lucky.
So you can pass into the bus stop if you get a position just right. It's very, very risky to do. Can happen. Very risky. Carousels, if you push the pass, you can get a run around the outside if the guys hold the bottom. Or if you get the preferred line on the bottom, take that. But into the bus stop's pretty rough. Oh, Carroll, little slide through the bus stop here.
And that might end up being a penalty at that point.
Yeah, that was a rough entry. I think he had a little bit of a braking issue. We see Nick Trader up here lapping Justin Diltz. Going back, taking a look at this battle for 6th place, or 5th place rather, because they got around Arnold. So now they're battling for 5th. That's Cardwell and Meredith.
And let's go ahead and I want to keep an eye on this 56 as he approaches more lap traffic. Right now at a road course, what is the difference between the lap traffic at an oval versus a road course?
It's a lot more difficult because at a road course, you know, we talked about the one line, the one preferred racing line. And at an oval, and so the similarity is you're going to hope that the guy holds his line. As you see him going around Boone here, Boone definitely was going to hold it to the inside, so Trader just swung it wide, got the good run. And where you catch these guys is going to be tough. So as a leader, you've got to have a ton of patience when you come to lap these guys. You got to make sure that they got their truck underneath of them, like they're going straight, they're in a good spot, then you can overtake them. You don't want to really push the issue because if somebody slips, they can take you out. So risk versus reward.
Well, right now, that 56 really putting on a show up to this point. I mean, when you have a guy that is this fast, is there any type of strategy that could possibly derail him? Or is it just, you know, just wait and see if the consistency falls off?
That's the big thing that you got to be thinking about with Roman. Roman right now has got to be thinking about just hitting his marks, running his lines, taking care of his tires, working his pit strategy. The only thing that the 95 needs to be thinking about, or anybody else in this race, is running their race. You can't worry about this clinic that Nick Trader is putting on right now, because as soon as you start pushing it, you're going to start sliding. You're liable to spin out. You're liable to wreck your truck. You're liable to miss your pit strategy. So focus is key. Even though you're 7 seconds back, still got to focus on it.
And, I mean, you mentioned before, I mean, when you think about it, though, I mean, 7 seconds at a road course is not impossible to think about picking up.
No, it's about a second a corner. And, you know, catching this lap traffic like Nick Trader has been, he's got another one that he's going to catch heading into the carousel probably is where he's going to catch this lap truck. You know, if he gives up a second or 2 seconds here, boom, there you are. You got a 5 second gap, and then, you know, start picking them off. That's Cowboy's going to be the next lap truck here.
And right here, Nick Trader just being able to keep on with pushing his way up to the front. To give you an overview, I believe he may still be the points leader heading into this one. Get the exact look. Actually, no, he fell back to P2, 3 points behind Mr. Roman, who has taken over the points lead.
So you got P1 and P2, also P1 and P2 in points. Just showing the consistency of these guys. Even when we come to a road course where you got to turn left, you got to turn right. You know, I talked about it a little bit earlier. Cream rises to the top, man. These guys are putting on an awesome show out here.
Most certainly, and these guys still looking to continue this race and have a great race overall up to this point. I mean, you know, we're a long way away from this race being done. A lot could happen between now and then. We just got through a quarter of this race up to this point.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about lap traffic again. So you saw Cowboy fight for a little bit to stay in front of him. If I'm ever a lap car in a situation like this, I'm doing everything I can to keep the leader behind me. Now, when P2, say the leader gets past me and P2 gets to me, I'll just get out of the way, man. You know, I've already lost my lap. Just go. You're faster than me. So Vroman might have a little bit easier of a run through this lap traffic than Nick Trader's going to have.
Well, right now, Nick Trader has not had that much difficulty getting through the lap traffic. But right here, Vroman, he's getting let by Cowboy, and now he's chasing down 2 other drivers as well.
Now, it looks like Quinones is the next truck ahead of him, and then Boone will be the truck just ahead of that.
Though right now, as these guys keep going, if you're one of these lap down trucks, what's your mindset as this race goes on, knowing that these guys are just pouring it on at this point according to this race?
At this point, as a lapper, you're just praying somebody makes a mistake. That's the big thing. You're just hoping for somebody up front to make a mistake, and then you could get back up there and get back in the fight.
Well, right now, of course, with all these guys now having to fight to stay on the lead lap or getting put a lap down, this is going to bring up a lot of questions as we're nearing our pit cycle soon. I'm sure it's already open in my opinion, but I'm sure we could witness guys go ahead and head down just for a few seconds.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing you're going to start seeing pit stops here coming up anytime. We've gone 22 laps now. Now we have those caution laps, which is going to add to this stint maybe going a little bit longer even.
So could we expect, lap 28, 29, 30?
Very possible for these guys. They'll have the fuel to go that long, but like I said earlier, you're going to want to try to run it backwards. So that could shake it up. I forgot about the caution. Now I got my fuel calculator working.
In theory, I mean, you could possibly, if you were to pit on lap 30, make it a lap 56, and then you should be able to go on one more pit stop from there.
Yeah.
Got the crew chiefs up here in the booth.
I said, Larry?
Where's Larry Mack when you need him?
Somebody get me Larry. Larry on line 1, please.
Well, today, let's go over our statistics.
Trends of the race.
Just throw the trends out the window. Anytime we mention trends, they caution they have. And I saw, as soon as I said that, I saw the switch, and I was like, oh.
I saw some races starting to heat up back here as Paul Irvin got around Kobe. That's for 14th position. And I was looking at some movers, and I'm starting to think that this guy right here intentionally sandbags qualifying just so he could get some Twitch TV time on the Expert Racing Network, because James Litzenberger is up 14 spots right now in this race, up to P12. So maybe he sandbags qualifying just to get the airtime.
Man just wants to be celebrated a little bit, and after his performance last week at Auto Club, you can't blame him.
Hey, I'll give it to him. I ain't scared.
Gotta love it.
If that's his strategy, it works with me.
You gotta love it. Fan favorite out here, Litzenberger. He, so far, he has done a great job, and he's going to be able to, he's working his way to set himself up for a top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Running P12 right now. He's got some fast guys ahead of him, though. He's got Anisagok, who's got a hurt truck, but he's bounced. Anisagok has bounced all the way back up to P11 here. After being in that lap 1 incident.
Yeah, and right now that target truck, that target truck's really helping him out. I got to say that. Even though he was caught up in that incident, he seems to have had a stretch of good luck so far while in that number 18. It just it's helped him a lot throughout the season. He talked about earlier that he had 3 DNFs, and now he's finished his last 2 races.
Yo, he looks a lot like Kyle Busch.
It's uncanny, isn't it?
It really is. Very Kyle Busch-esque.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I wonder where we get that from. It's probably just an 18 on the truck.
Probably just 18. Maybe that's what it is. What's in a number?
About to say, you perform how you look, and he's performed really well in that. So.
Got some guys hitting pit road now. We got Cardwell, McQuaid, Irvin, and Kobe. These are all scheduled stops. So this is our first round of green flag pit stops. 23, Justin Dilt's off track. You see it up there ahead.
Great job to keep it off track as these guys go by.
You see the 64 dive in the pits. Ed Robertson.
And right here, how is pit exit for these guys? This has to be one of the most treacherous pit exits in all of NASCAR racing.
Yeah, pit exit's pretty tough. You'll see it right here. You can catch a glimpse of it when that blue barrier ends right there. You see the yellow line. That's pit exit. So if you take it a little hot out of there, you might slide up the track. So something that these drivers definitely have to worry about. They have to worry about traffic as they're coming off pit road.
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of like a merging spot. If you've ever been on the highway, whoo!
You're going to want to get her up to speed before you merge out there in traffic.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
My dad always says you want to be running 70 when you hit the slab. Might want to be running a little bit faster than that here at Watkins Glen.
I don't know. Atlanta traffic, you might want to be running about 80, 90 before you get up into the 70 mile per hour range.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have to give her all you got if you're in Atlanta.
About to say, they show you no mercy.
They fly around that city.
Speaking of flying around, though, that 56 Trader's still holding on to a commanding lead. And right now, coming to lap 26, I mean, you mentioned about these guys stretching it a little bit on this strategy. I think this 56 may have hurt you.
I'm not sure if he's pit or not yet.
About to say, you think he's that far ahead? He was able to sneak down on us.
Yeah, I think he stuck a pit stop in on us. Lewis Jr. had a little bit of a slide there.
Oh, no, that is not good. Joe Darnell, you saw take that corner a little bit wide. He switched, so these guys are certainly feeling the effects of this track up to this point.
Yeah, Joe Darnell's still a little bit wide in that Papa John's truck there. He is now clear of Lewis Jr. On and running. See Cardwell passing, I think it was a 16.
Right here, these guys continuing down the back straightaway, and heading through to the bus stop in Interloop. The names of these turns, I'm kind of questioning a lot of them. Of course, I mean the turn one's called the 90. I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
The S's are called the S's, for some weird reason. Definitely not because they're shaped like an S, but kind of weird on that one. And then you have the bus stop in Interloop. Then you have the Interloop transitions into the loop.
Which I call the carousel.
Yep. Gotta love it. Bus stop to carousel or Interloop to the loop.
Now, I heard a story one time about how the bus stop got its name, the bus stop. And
Lord.
I'm trying to remember the story, but if I remember correctly, I think it was Nürburgring. Now, I could be wrong. Now, I'm going to get corrected in chat for being wrong, but originally the Nürburgring, there was a corner similar to that, and it was actually a bus stop. That's in real life. It was where people would get on the bus, and drivers just started calling it the bus stop turn. So every turn similar to that often gets categorized as the bus stop.
The bus stop, huh? Well, I mean, I'm not doubting you. I'm not going to say that's wrong because I don't know. But I mean, if that is the case, I mean that's one way to name a corner.
Absolutely. That's another fun thing about road courses is they name their corners, they name their straightaways. Like at Lime Rock, they have the Sam Posey straightaway. The Laguna Seca has the corkscrew, probably the most famous corner in road course racing. Road America has Canada Corner, just to name a few of the more popular named corners on road courses. That's kind of a thing on road course racing.
And right here, I'm going to test your Watkins Glen knowledge a little bit. Do you know when this track permanently opens?
Ooh, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm going to guess 52.
Close. You were in the right decade. It was actually 1956 when the permanent circuit opened.
Very good.
You're close. I'll give you that one. That was good. That was certainly good.
That's a good one.
Gotta love it.
That's good trivia right there.
Yeah, I had to hit you with something.
I like it. Trivia time with expert, ladies and gentlemen.
Gotta love it. I mean, these guys putting on one heck of a show. I just had to make sure that you knew a little bit of knowledge about old Watkins Glen. And I'll give you it, though. You got a close answer. I'll give it to you.
Got lucky.
Got lucky. Hashtag getting lucky.
That's right.
But right now, these guys still battling. 22 and 21 look like they're going at it for a second.
That was a pass-through position. Now we're looking at Cardwell and Meredith. They've switched spots here. Cardwell's now in 5th ahead of Meredith. I think there's only 11 trucks on the lead lap at this time. Is that right?
Right now, from what it's showing me, yes, 11 trucks on the lead lap.
No. Got Vroman P2, got Drew Trader in P3. We saw that off track from him a little bit earlier. He's got it collected back up, running P3 right now. So good to see that for the 25 Chevrolet.
Right now, this gap for the lead, though, it continues to grow. You got to give it up to Nick Treader about coming into Watkins Glen as well as he has.
Yeah, absolutely great run here so far. Reminiscent to our run at Phoenix when he was just out there leading all the laps.
And the team at One Mind to Design Motorsports, they got to be loving this. 2 races in which he's came in and dominated, and they've pretty much led all the laps up to this point.
Do they do, in this league, just a question, out of curiosity, do they do like team points? Is there a owner's championship in this league?
Negative, but I'm sure if they did, One Mind to Design would be a very happy team.
Yeah, they'd probably be leading the thing.
More than likely, probably so. Unless you're the team that Nicholas Froman would be running for.
That would be the challenger. That would be the challenger for sure. So we see Cardwell and Meredith are catching the 24. Grandpa Coey there. He is a lap down. Oh boy, Meredith off track just a little bit. He's okay.
And right here, what would be interesting, just to give this to you, if Nick Trader were to win this evening, he would be the only second driver to actually win multiple NNR iRacing races.
That's correct, because Roman's our only multiple-time winner so far.
With 3 wins.
With 3. This would be Trader's second win if he can pull it off. He's got an 8-second lead on Roman right now. We're not even halfway yet. Still a ton of racing to go.
Oh, most certainly. I mean, a lot can happen in these 8 laps, and we talked about a lot that's happening. The 56 said that he was going to forget about what happened last week, but I think we got some best friends catching each other. So let's see how it goes here. In that 18, he let the 56 by pretty well. So I guess the 56 called it in pre-race that the beef between them had squashed, it's settled. So definitely happy to see that out there on track. The 56 and the 18 being able to race respectfully. And right here, I mean, this just shows what NNR is all about. You know, move on from one week to the next. These guys doing a great job in maintaining the respect here on track and for the race.
Yeah, absolutely. These drivers, yeah, you know, I talk about it every week, but the product of racing that these guys put on every Monday night is just absolutely amazing.
You're most certainly right. These guys putting on a great product, and you know, let's go ahead and find our friend Carroll. He's 1 lap down. Let's go back to his helmet cam and take a lap around with him. We're going to go ahead and stay silent for a little bit so you can hear his engine tune whenever he goes and takes his lap. There we go, the expert racing version of the crank it up, I guess, if that's what we want to call it.
I like it. I like it.
But definitely got to love it. Shout out to the guys at Watkins Design for another great paint scheme like you see on all of these trucks here on track this evening.
Yeah, that 92 is looking sharp tonight. That's some of the best 92s ever looked, I think.
Oh, wow. I don't know if that's throwing a compliment or an insult, or that's more like a one of the compliment insult sandwiches.
Well, you know, it's got the Expert Racing Network on it, and we're live on the Expert Racing Network, so I like it.
You got a point there. I get it too.
Some of the best it's ever looked.
You gotta love it. But right now, these guys nearing halfway in this race, so strategy is going to become a big part. They should be pitting around. I'd say the center point of that next run will be around lap 52. Maybe try to extend it out to 54 because you can make it then on one stop.
Yep, if you want to make sure to get that last stop in as soon as possible, be done with your pitting because, you know, you give up a lot of time on pit road here. And we haven't talked about it yet, but these pit stops are backwards. So normally on a oval track, when you enter pit road, your pit stall's over on your left. Here at Watkins Glen, it's over there on the right.
Yeah, so definitely another change that the drivers are having to get used to. How difficult is it actually making that transition from racing on an oval to going to a road course? I know a lot of guys consider themselves road course specialists, that they do better on road courses than on ovals, but how hard is that transition for, you know, drivers switching from one to the other?
It's difficult. It's a completely different racing discipline. You've got to focus on different things because, you know, just like every track, right? So like if you compare like Daytona to North Wilkesboro to Watkins Glen, okay? Daytona is wide open, you're worried about the draft, you're using your mirrors, you're really watching what's going on around you. You know, North Wilkesboro, it's all about lining up your brake point into two corners, making sure you're getting back on the gas nice and solid so you don't get loose off the corner. And then you come to a road course like Watkins Glen. You got to do that 7 times. You got to hit your braking point, you got to hit your turn in point, you got to hit your point on picking up the gas and not hitting it too hard so you don't spin out. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of adjustment for a lot of drivers. Some guys absolutely hate road course racing. Other guys adapt to it pretty well.
Right now, we can definitely tell a lot of guys seen have success earlier this year are adapting pretty well to the road course racing we have today.
I got some action going on here in the carousel as the 22 and the 12 are going by the 73, cleared him, on to the next straightaway.
Yeah, and right now these guys still battling it out. Of course, you being the data guy, who's our new biggest mover up to this point? Do you have us a new biggest mover, or is it still the same?
I wish we had somebody else to talk to, but the biggest mover is James Litzenberger, no surprise.
Oh, well. What a surprise. Who would have thought?
Up 16 spots so far. Last car on the lead lap right now. He's running B10. Last car on the lead lap. Or first car lap down, I should say. Paul Irvin is our last car on the lead lap, which it looks like the 56 just got around him.
Just knocking them down. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you with this. How many cars would be a lap down by the time we filled the checker?
Looking at the pace of the 56, the 95, the 25, the 64, the 7, the 17. Whew. I think you're only going to see about 6 trucks on the lead lap at the end of this thing. 5 or 6.
You're calling 6 trucks?
6. 6 is my number.
6. Oh, he's calling it.
Setting the over-under at 6. Get your bets in there, Twitch land. Over-under set at 6.
Betting with Blair. There we go. We got a new segment.
New segment. We have Trivia with Expert, now Betting with Blair. But Cole Snyder is now the last truck on the lead lap, running P8. If you look not too far behind him, that's Cowboy, and then the 56. So he's not too far from going a lap down here in 8th, Cole Snyder.
Well, right now, Nick Trader making quick work of this field. You know, I would not be surprised. I'm actually going to throw my assumption in there. I think that by the end of this race, I think up to P4 will be lapped.
P4, so you're betting the under.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Betting the under. P4. So only 3 trucks on the lead lap or 4 trucks on the lead lap?
Only 3.
3 trucks on the lead lap. You think it's going to be both traders and a Roman?
I mean, as long as both traders and a Roman don't make a mistake, I certainly think so.
Well, good news is we're right here about halfway, so this is a good time to get your bets in, folks. Betting window will close in 20 laps.
Pretty soon. Gotta love it. Oh, Lordy. We're going to get kicked out of the booth.
Very, very strong possibility.
About to say, we might be the ones getting pulled to the admin chat.
See 16 and Bain off track there just a little bit. Not too hard of contact. He's going to be all right. Gets it back rolling. Yeah, beautiful Twitch TV Expert Racing Network number 92. Moving around the 73. Not for position.
Right here, out here in chat, more than a cape saying road course racing is the devil. About to say, so my assumption, I don't think he likes it too much. But right now, that 56, he is really, he's really trying to catch Snyder now. Next guy to put 1 lap down in front of him. Now, I think he's having fun doing this. He's just counting the numbers at this point.
Taking a look, I thought the gap got really close between Roman and Trader, so I wanted to move back up here to the front. Roman entering the S's, Trader exiting the S's, so I think Roman's making up a little bit of room on Trader. Not quite enough to have a battle for the lead yet, but making up time.
Certainly. So, I mean, as this run goes on, could we be seeing that 95 is finding something?
Very possible. There's Cole Snyder in that 99 going a lap down as Nick Trader goes past him. Cole Snyder running 8th, having a good run. He's up 5 spots. Next one that Nick Trader's looking to lap is 77 of McQuaid, who's having a great run, up 13 spots today.
I was about to say, we haven't talked about him much, but he has had an awesome run up to this point.
Patrick McQuaid right there in the 77 machine. Up 13 spots, so good run. Has himself solidly in the top 10. Unfortunately, that next truck back's the leader.
I'd say that's probably, if you're looking to defend your position, I mean, it's nice to know, hey, I'm not racing that guy for position, but hey, I'm racing that guy for my lap. That might be the issue right there.
Yeah. As you see Trader closing in on him there in the braking zone. Trader looked like he made up a ton of time on the braking zone into the bus stop. Quaid going high in the carousel, saying, go ahead, 56. I know you're faster than me. Have at her.
The one thing that I think is better for these guys, though, you got to have the idea that, hey, you know, whenever you're looking at the gaps for these guys, especially that 77, the thing that you have to be thinking in the back of your mind is that you could possibly, I mean, he doesn't have that many guys in front of him to pass. That could build up the confidence that will be, hey, if a caution comes out, I'd be the lucky dog.
Yeah, absolutely. We see Carroll spinning around here down in 1. He's getting it back going again.
Unfortunately for him, the leader is going to be closing in quickly on him as well.
Yeah, he's going to go another lap down here shortly. There's old Litzenberger up 16 spots. And 71 right there with him. We were talking about 71 a little bit earlier. Hampton. Oh, Carroll off track just a little bit. Trader gets through. Looks like McQuaid's going to be able to slide under him. McQuaid's doing a really good job hanging on to the back bumper of Trader. Trader hasn't really been able to gap the 77 by too much.
And you are most certainly correct. These guys still making up great time throughout this run so far.
Blitzenberger in that 2171 of Hampton, going around Cowboy in that 19 truck in the carousel. Then we got Meredith. This is the last truck on the lead lap in his 17. He's got a bit of a gap to the Trader catches him, if he ever does. Currently P6 where the under-over is set at.
You have a feeling that it might need to change?
I'm thinking your number's a little bit better than mine right now. As we see Meredith going through the carousel, let's check on Nick Trader. Where's he at? Oh, he's just entering the bus stop. Oh, we're okay. We're okay.
You're good?
Yeah, we're good for now. Good for now.
Are you confident again?
No. No. Still quite a few laps to go. And Nick Carroll has been just Nick Trader has been unbelievable fast out here today. Oh, somebody just lost a motor. Was that Boone?
I am not too sure. I saw it as well. Who could that have been? Right now, Boone is on the board shed, so it could be him.
Let's see here. Yeah, that truck's not running.
So Mr. Boone, unfortunately, is without a engine.
He has lost the engine. It done blowed up on the 38 machine.
Done blowed it up.
So he's going to bring it in here. Hopefully his virtual pit crew can get it fixed, get him back out here. Maybe pick up a couple of spots. We're only 4 laps over halfway here.
Oh, definitely. So a lot of race to go for these guys. Still a lot of fight left, I know, in a lot of them as we move into the second half of this race.
Around here, there's 16 of Bain. A few laps down here, he was involved in that early incident. There's a 25 of Drew Trader running P3. 73 going wide down here in turn 1. Didn't hit nothing. He's all right. Back on track.
And just to give you a heads up, old buddy, up to P5 now right down.
Oh no, Roman's on pit road. Drew Trader on pit road. That's P2
So
and P3.
As pit cycles start to go through, it looks like these guys are planning on extending it to 2 more pit stops before the end of this race.
Let's see if Nick Trader comes this time, or if he's going to stay out another lap. He's got a huge gap on P2 of Robertson. He's got a 38-second gap on P2 right now. Currently 5 trucks being scored on the lead lap. And Nick Trader's in.
So these guys, everybody's saying, okay, we can make it on 2 more stops.
And that's going to put Robertson. If he stays out, he's going to lead this lap. Let's see if he comes this time or if he's going to pit as well.
And right now, as pit cycles through, this is going to be the opportunity for a lot of these guys to see if they can try to get a lap back here. As the 56, he's now going to be leaving his stall and getting back up to speed.
Got Robertson staying out, so he's going to lead a lap here. Once he passes the 56, that 38-second gap. Where is the 56?
Now going through the S's to the back straight.
Robertson's not going to lead that lap. That 38-second gap that Nick Trader had when he hit pit road, that wasn't enough for Robertson to close it and make the pass for the lead.
About to say the 56, I think, is holding on to try to lead every lap. That would be a record in NNR iRacing.
I don't think it's ever happened. I think we'd see something new.
Were you about to say a record?
Like a record.
I mean, he may even have the record for most cars lapped in a single race.
Could be a record-breaking race.
I would say, I know he's having a lot of fun out there, though.
I'm going to leave the camera here on Nick Trader as he's tracking down some lap traffic. I'm going to step away from the mic for just 1 second here, expert.
Alrighty. Right now, Nick Trader still focusing on lap down traffic. You see catching Jeremy Horn in a group of guys as well. It looks like Matt Cochran there as well. So a lot of guys trying to down the lead lap. Not going to happen, unfortunately. Right now, these guys now heading down the front straightaway. Nick Trader still focusing on trying to put guys a lap down. Has up to 8 1 lap down. Now focuses his sights on Litzenberger, who is the next lead lap truck in front of him.
All right, looks like we're looking at Nick Vroman running P2 right now. Still maintains his about 8.5 second gap. Then Drew Trader, then Robertson, then Snyder. 5 trucks on the lead lap.
Yes, sir, and I will be right back as well. I'm going to step away from the mic 1 second. I will be right back.
10-4 on that, expert. Let's see what else we got going on here through the field. Some of these trucks starting to show a little bit of damage there. See the 7 at right side's seen some licks. 73, a little loose. Also right side damage. 21's got some right side damage. Pick up the 17 of Meredith, full head of steam, goes past that 73 like he's tied to a post. Also 28, racing side by side through the S's. Tricky stuff to pass there. We've been talking about that a lot. Ooh, big slide. Is that Paul Irvin? Yeah, Paul Irvin in that number 9 Budweiser Toyota. Big slide through the S's there. He's coming up on the back of the 98 Enrique Quinones in that Ford. Will not be 4 position. Paul Irvin currently running P10. Enrique running P17. Roman passing 81 a horn, getting into turn 1, not for position. Roman's still running P2 here. Nick Trader, our leader, closing in on the back of Meredith. He's running P7. Meredith goes a lot of bit wide in the carousel. Now we got Vroman coming up on the 15 here. Sherrill in that Blackstone Chevrolet. Gets by him nicely. See Paul Irvin shooting the inside of him as well through the carousel. P3, we got Drew Trader coming through the bus stop. Nice and tidy through the bus stop there for Drew. Back to P4, we got Ed Robertson. He's coming up to the bus stop. You guys a little bit of the interval that we've seen. So we've seen Trader, Vroman, and Drew Trader all come through the bus stop into the carousel. Next one back's going to be Cardwell running P5. He's coming up the S's. Then onto the straight to get to the bus stop. There he is on the straight towards the bus stop. We're back to Meredith coming through the S's as well, onto the straight towards the bus stop. Much better through the bus stop that time for the 17 truck. We saw him go a little wide the lap before. Got Paul Irvin right here going through the carousel. Not far behind. He's tracking down Meredith. Then we have Cole Snyder coming through the carousel, running P8. Right behind him, that's Joe Darnell, P9. Right behind him is McQuaid, so tightest running trucks on this track, 8, 9, 10 it looks like. All right in there together. A little bit further back to the 21, Litzenberger still having a good run, up 15 spots. So he comes through the final corner onto the front stretch. Got Josh Arnold running P12. Onto the front stretch with that 22 Ford. Next one back be Jeremy Horn. That 81 Chevrolet. And from there to 28, we got Kobe running P14, having a good run, up 13 spots. Good solid run here. Then we got the 98, talked about him just a little bit ago, Enrique Quinones. The 98 Ford. Then we got Jim Coey. Grandpa Coey, as they like to call him around here, running P16, that 24 truck. P17, we find Carroll in the 92. Expert Racing Network Twitch TV truck. Coming through the carousel. P19, or P18 rather, the 19 truck of Cowboy. Now P19, we got Crowell in that 54 machine with the yee-yee on the back. P20, we got the number 15 Cheryl. And 21st right behind him, 71 of Hampton. These guys are awful close for position. Making the pass. The 09 and P22, not too far behind them. Just going through the carousel there.
And right here, I can tell, right now, that bet's not looking pretty too good for you, my friend.
No, sir. No, sir.
Not at all.
Just running through the field. We're on P23 right now. 16 of Bain. Now P24. We got the 23, Justin Diltz. Looks like Anna Sagak has it behind the wall. Don't know if this is a scheduled stop or not for him. Also behind the wall is Matthew Boone. We know he had an engine let go. So that's our run through the field right now.
Right now, only the top 5 on the lead lap. I mean, that is insane. Actually, now top 4, I believe.
Ooh, Meredith with a big slide. Trying to lock him down. He didn't hit anything. Meredith running 7th with that big slide.
And these guys, I mean, this has been an extremely long race for these guys. It's got to be exhausting if you're one of these drivers. I mean, it's certainly, I mean, it's got to be mentally exhausting having to hold so much focus for so long.
Not to mention their feet are going to be tired. Their hands are going to be tired.
You're exactly right.
This is a long one for sure. 26 laps to go still.
Over a quarter of the race left. These guys know that this is far from over. I think the last thing Mr. Trader wants to see right now is a caution as well.
Unless it's for rain or darkness, Trader definitely doesn't want to see a caution.
But right here, the pit window is open to make it to the end, though, so that is interesting to think about as well.
Yeah, he's got that 17-second lead over Roman.
Oh, and multiple trucks around on the front straightaway. One blocking pit road.
Got any numbers on those?
Let me go back and check real quick.
Carroll, 92.
The 92, yeah. 92's involved. It looks like also the 98.
Maybe Enrique Quinones.
Right now, unfortunate for both of those guys. No caution out, though. We stay green here. Little tongue twister. We stay green here at Watkins Glen. It's a long race. We get parched up here in the booth. Don't judge us.
That's right. On my quick trip away from the microphone, I had to grab a fresh water.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I had to fill up and remix a little bit of Rogue Energy real quick. Trying to hurry and mix up some Rogue Energy. All their products over there definitely help out. They got a bunch of stuff for energy, hydration, and also have some good shakes to help replenish nutrients as well. So definitely a great selection of products, a lot of great flavors. And you know, Blair, if you're ever interested in it, you can go over there to rogueenergy.com and use promo code ExpertRacing for 10% off.
That's a good idea. I might try that. Did you see who has joined us on track?
Let's see. Who has joined us out there on?
It's the 83 Shane Wolf.
Well. Somebody is a later on.
Yeah, I just got a notification that Shane Wolf passed Shiro for P29, and I went, how's that possible? And there he is. Right there he is.
Well, about to say, you know, they got a little late through inspection. Had a rough time getting the truck off the trailer.
But now he might be able to pick up a couple spots because some of these guys are multiple laps down. So good points move for Shane Wolf to get out here and log some laps.
He was kind of late. Had to take a flight from his Extreme ARCA Series race, I believe, and head over here.
That is
Hop
correct.
in the truck. wanted to make sure he logged some laps, and like you mentioned, a great point stay for him could be coming if he could pick up a few more spots.
Yeah, a few points is much better than 0 points, that's for sure.
You're most certainly correct. And right here, as we know that there is we talked about earlier, you talked about working this race backwards. Well, whenever you're in this spot, you know that you can make it to the end. Is there any advantage for some of these guys to possibly say, okay, hey, I'm going in to go ahead and have my final pit stop?
You know, a lot of times, yeah, but with this, with these gaps that Nick Trader's put on some of these guys, you know, we saw Robertson 38 seconds behind when Trader made his most recent pit stop, and Robertson couldn't close that 38-second gap to take the lead away from him. So
right now, just stay with the same strategy and just run it out. That's what we're looking at.
Absolutely. And right now, we're looking at our biggest battle on the track. These guys were battling for age. They've kind of spread out a little bit, but these guys have been going at it for a while. This is Cole Snyder, James Litzenberger, and Patrick McQuaid.
And you got to give it up for Litzenberger, by the way. Another top 10 performance for him. A great run for him up to this point. Surprise, surprise, biggest mover once again.
I'm telling you, this dude sandbags qualifying. Telling you, he's a sandbagger.
Ah, call him out, call him out. Right here, somebody who's certainly not sandbagging. Nick Trader going to be leading us to the final 2 corners, where we're going to have a quarter of the race left, just 20 laps to go.
Yeah, that 56 has been hooked up all night long. Unbelievable run for Nick Trader so far tonight.
Most certainly, and I'm sure he's going to be celebrating tonight. As long as he can hold on to it, he's going to be setting a few records here tonight as well. So,
if Roman gets a chance at it, he's not going to make it easy on him.
oh, definitely not.
As you see Roman going around Cowboy there into turn 1. Roman's got a little right side damage there. Doesn't seem to be hurting the speed too bad.
Well, right now, I'm feeling pretty confident about my bet. I think I did pretty well.
It's a good move. It's a good move so far.
But I say the race isn't over yet. We're 2 down.
Drew Trader absolutely wheeling that thing as he's going around Meredith.
These guys are just having fun out here at this point. You can't blame them. I mean, it's fun just being able to watch these guys go out here and perform. And I know Nick Trader's definitely having fun, but I mean, I don't think he's the only one.
No, I bet there's a lot of smiles underneath those helmets right now. Out here sliding around, having a good race.
Right now, as we continue, though, just want to go over the schedule for the upcoming weeks that you can also go and check out at NNRleague.com. Heading into next week, we're going to be going to, guess what? We mentioned it earlier about the backward strategy call. We're going to be going to the Tricky Triangle, and, you know, what turn 4 there? We're going to be heading to Pocono Raceway there August 2nd. Then August 9th, we're going to be looking at Chicagoland, in which we can watch these guys go and battle it out there. Then we're going to be heading to the Great Coliseum of Bristol. The last Great Coliseum is its nickname. We're going to be going there August 16th. August 23rd, you're going to be seeing us at Charlotte. And then probably the one race that I'm getting excited for, August 30th. These guys are going to be going 90 laps at iRacing Super Speedway. So a lot of fun ahead for these guys.
90 laps at iRacing Super Speedway. Holy cow, that's going to be an exciting one.
No, definitely, definitely.
That is a big, fast, drafting. Man, that's going to be a lot of fun.
And right here, Commando Griff mentions out there in chat, is this going to finish during the day? Seems to be getting dark out. Well, it stayed light pretty considerably throughout this race. I think we will finish under the daylight.
I think so.
If we don't, I'd be surprised.
I think so. I think we're good. I think we're good on daylight.
You got a Rascal Flatts song stuck in my head now.
Sing it, expert.
Praying for daylight.
There we go. There we go.
View count's gonna be dropping now pretty soon. But right now, these guys still, I mean, they put on a great show. And within 20 laps to go, though, there's still a lot to have happen. I mean, strategy is going to play a big part.
Yeah, we still got a pit stop. Still got a pit stop we got to worry about.
Right now, I think the biggest worry for that pit stop's got to be the 56, in my opinion. I mean, he knows that he can't make a mistake, and probably the biggest place he could make a mistake on is pit road.
Yeah, it's hard to get it woed down and maintain. I don't remember what pit road speed is here. I think it's 40 miles an hour, if I remember correctly. So it's a pretty drastic drop. And maintain that all the way down to the first pit stall.
But I'd say the lucky thing for him, he could usually get this pit stall though, so that's a lucky break for him.
Yeah, that's going to work out pretty well for him, I hope. But, man.
I'd say can't have commentators cursing.
Nope.
Not again, not again. No more trouble for us.
See Drew Trader working the inside of Cowboy there. Drew Trader's still running third. Good strong run for him tonight. Ooh, Coey. Sliding off of the bus stop. Oh, he's going to hit the wall. Drew Trader on pit road, P3 on pit road, Vroman also on pit road. So P2, P3 on pit road. Trader out yet another lap on him. Nick Trader coming down pit road for his final stop. All the way down to the end. Goes a little downhill towards the end of pit road, as you can see. Slides it into a stop. So Vroman, who was running P2, he's already made his stop. Trader, who was P3, has already made his stop. See Paul Irvin coming down there.
And this is going to be the test for these drivers right now. The final pit stop, the money stop as it's called.
Wade in the 77, shooting under the 73 of Burt. Nice clean pass there. Drew Trader currently running P4. He has made his final pit stop. I don't think Robertson's been in yet. He's
I
currently running
don't
P3.
believe so either.
So Drew probably going to pick up another spot when Robertson pits, get Drew back up to P3. Justin Dilt's getting passed by a couple of trucks. That's at 23. Gray truck down there on the bottom. A couple faster trucks going around. 09 swinging it way wide. No harm, no foul. That gives Cardwell huge run. Here he has this.
And right now, for one last time, let's go ahead and see if we can go on board with our good buddy Carroll. Track, I believe he is. Let's go on board with him one last time with a good old Expert Racing Network. Rank it up.
He is currently in the pits.
Oh, well, yep. Let's crank it up with the pit crews.
Currently pitted in. There's a look at James Litzenberger, up 20 spots. Puts him at P6.
Let's take an eye. Let's take an eye on old Litzen and see how he's been running this track. He's a fan favorite out there, so.
Yeah, let's hit that gyro cam. As he comes into the pits. Look at those left front, right front suspension cams so you can see how close that curving these guys are getting.
I mean, extremely close. Even sometimes putting two tires on it. And you mentioned how unstable it can make these guys. I mean, we talked about mistakes till the end, and guys trying to, get everything they can out of their trucks. I mean, what can getting too much on the curbing do as far as to build the truck in the corner?
It just upsets the suspension is what it does. And when it comes back down off the curbing, it has a tendency to bounce and kind of find its own way. And most times it's not the way that you expect it to go, so it bounces and you slide. And it's not good. You gotta be cognizant of which curves you can hit and how much of that curve you can use to help your truck. Now the good news is it will help your truck turn because it will pick the rear up and kind of kick it over for you. But if it kicks it too much, you spin out. And if it kicks it just right, you're fast.
Well, I guess Mr. Trader has found a way to make that work to his advantage today.
He's doing a really great job at that. See Robertson here. He's made his final pit stop running P4. Oh, Litzenberger into the wall. Hard contact in the outside wall by the 21. here in the carousel.
And that is very unfortunate for him. Let's see if he can get it back going. And unsure if that's going to be enough damage to make him do a pit stop. That was a huge hit, though, for him.
Huge hit. Doesn't seem like the front of that truck's beat up too bad. So he slides off a little bit here. Kelly giving him plenty of room to get back on track. Ooh. 54 there. Having a little experience down on the inside of turn 1. 98 of Quinones off the bus stop, sliding through. Justin Diltz gets by him on the bottom through the carousel. That's Drew Trader running P3. Curb the 73 used there in the S's. So he hit the curb and that really shot his truck sideways. Going back to what we were talking about, the curb.
Yeah, and that, I mean, you could see the difference in speed that could cause you right there.
Yeah, he hit it, shot him a little bit sideways, shot him right on that corner.
See, there's a phrase we could use for that, and I think it's called controlled chaos.
Controlled chaos, I love it.
Who can control it the best? Now, I think we've seen it all throughout the day who has been able to.
Drew Trader, P3, off track, sliding into the carousel, doesn't hit nothing. He's okay.
Able to get it back together.
Whew. Rather than P3, it scared me.
I'm sure if he would have caused a caution right there and it would have reset everything for his brother Nick, I'm sure he may have felt bad there for a little bit. He may have had a good feeling for a part of it, but realized, yeah, that's going to be an awkward brother-to-brother talk.
Yeah, especially at Thanksgiving dinner table, that'd be a really awkward one. Hey, remember that time at Watkins Glen when I had a 30-second lead and you brought out the caution?
About to say, I think somebody getting cold for Christmas at that point.
The good news is no caution. We got 10 laps to go.
Oh yeah, definitely. 10 laps to go, and Nick Trader's looking to finish this one off. I mean, definitely looking ahead, looking to try to get this one in the books. And you know, right now for these guys, right now it's been a long run. I know a lot of these guys are probably thinking, okay, I just want this race to end. These guys are probably thinking, you know, it's been a long and grueling race, both mentally and physically for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. This is 80 laps here at Watkins Glen. This is the longest race so far of the year for these guys. As far as time, I mean, lap-wise, 80 laps isn't all that bad, but, you know, when you're figuring minute 15, minute 20 seconds a lap, 80 laps, I mean, adds up.
Most certainly. Most certainly.
Had a pass for P11 there. Jeremy Horn has gotten around Joe Darnell for P11. We're up here watching the leaders battle.
And right here, I'm waiting on my bet. It looks like Trader may be catching Robertson, so maybe my bet's right on the money. I'm just waiting to see here.
You know, I was looking at something else. So P11 is the first truck 2 laps down. Just to give you guys an idea of how bad fast Nick Trader is, P11's 2 laps down.
That's pretty impressive.
Had a glance at the 92 of Carroll. He's having a little trouble. He's on the other side. Turn 1 down there. He'll get it refired. So who are we looking for out front? We're looking for Robertson.
Yeah, looking for Robertson right
I
now.
don't see him yet. Robertson's not looking for Trader, but Trader's looking for Robertson.
About to say, if he puts him 1 lap down, I'll be kind of happy. It'll make me look good. But right now, as the time ticks down, coming to 7 laps to go this time by.
Just an unbelievable race, man. I can't get over how fast Nick Trader's been out here.
I don't think anybody can. This is going to be a race. I mean, I think he's really made his mark saying, hey, I'm going for the title. And, you know, pretty much a look to Vroman saying, you may have came in and won 3, but I've been the most consistent here, and, you know, I've won 2. I think that's kind of a fire back to what Vroman has done all this season, and Trader is really impressed up to this point.
What is the, do you know off the top of your head what the prize is for winning the championship here at NNR?
I believe it is a trophy of some sort.
Oh, that's
I
super
believe
cool.
they're still debating on it. Even some hints of possibly a championship belt, but I know some form of prize is awarded to them.
That's cool. Litzenberger just passed McQuaid for P9. So that damage that he had a couple laps ago, obviously not hurting him too bad. We're watching Vroman go around the 81, Jeremy Horn. Nick Trader now closing in on the back of McQuaid. McQuaid's running P10. This will put McQuaid 2 laps down.
Right now, setting up to be 5 laps to go this time by. Nick Trader really looking to end this one on a high note, as now up to 10th is now going to be 2 laps down.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. That's incredible.
About to say, if nobody was here to broadcast, I don't think anybody would believe it, but what a performance.
Absolutely amazing. So the next one will be P9 to go 2 laps down. That'll be Litzenberger. We're getting a couple glimpses of him just ahead of Nick Trader. So yeah, there you see the back of the yellow on Litzenberger's truck. That's P9 as Trader's starting to reel him in. Got the 15 to deal with first, and we'll make quick work of him. Coming to 4 laps to go this time for Nick Trader. Four trucks currently on the lead lap. Litzenberger, a little bit of a lockup of that right front tire right there. Go around Cowboy in that 19 machine. Witzenberger going 2 laps down. So let's see, who's that next one up there? It looks like Paul Irvin in that number 9 Budweiser Toyota.
Yes, sir. That'll be it.
Running P8. Oh no, Drew Trader just crashed.
That is not good.
Not hard. He's got it running, still running P3. But where's Ed Robertson at? Not too far behind. Ed Robertson going into 1. Drew going up the S's. Doesn't look like he has much damage. Only 4 laps to go here, so Drew needs to hang on to this P3, get that podium finish. Now here comes Nick Trader into turn 1. Not far behind these guys. Shane Wolf's about to pick up another spot. I think the next lap, he'll pass Lewis Jr. for 28th.
A great run for him coming in fairly late to this race as well.
Yeah, he's 50-some laps down. See Paul Irvin giving room here to Nick Traders. Nick Traders working the bottom side of the carousel. Paul goes out there to the top side. They have a drag race down this straightaway. Paul lets him have it, falls right in line here. Nick Trader coming to 2 to go.
And right here, this is probably this is the moment I think Nick has been waiting for, just to be able to hit that moment. Hey, it's 2 to go. White flag next time by. Just, hit your marks and don't make any mistakes. Do not, this is more of a Chase Elliott moment when it's like, don't go wide at turn 1, and then, yeah. You remember the famous call, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's over the 99, wrecked up here at the top of the hill.
Oh, and that could be
We gotta
big.
keep the green flag out. We gotta keep the green flag out for this. All right, 12's towed.
And right now, driver Lacey Cool just rated with a party of 27. Miss Lacey Cool, thank you. Circle Track thing, thank you for the follow. Oh my God, thank you very much for the raid there, Lacey. Thank you very much. We're coming to 1 lap to go, and what a finish right there for these guys. They're coming to 1 lap to go. Nick Trader has put on a dominant performance out front this 56. Has pretty much put everybody up to 4th place, 1 lap down. This is the first ever NNR iRacing Truck Series race at a road course. And right now, Nick Trader is in firm control now with 1 lap to go. And Blair, I mean, we can't say enough about his performance so far for the ones that are just now joining.
Absolutely amazing race so far for Nick Trader. Shout out to Lacey Cool for the raid. Thank you so much. Helps out Expert Racing Network a ton. But we're coming down to the end. Nick Trader's just got a few more corners as he navigates through the bus stop here. He's got the 16 of Bain, who's going to be a lap down, of course. But he's got to get around.
And now going through the carousel, knowing that, hey, he doesn't have to push it, no pressure out from behind.
He's got a 26-second lead on Vroman, so he doesn't even have to push it to pass Bain right here.
And you're exactly right. And going through the final 2 turns, right now, breaking records and making history. That's what this man does. And for the 2nd win of his young NNR career, he wins here at Watkins Glen. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him out there in chat to Nick Trader, your 2-time NNR iRacing Truck Series winner. And right now, we're about to be getting into driver interviews. You don't want to miss it. Talking to our top 3, including our winner from Victory Lane.
absolutely dominant performance. Nick Trader sat on the pole here tonight, led every one of these 80 laps, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, Roman might have got him for one on a pit stop, come to think of it.
And guys, while we're getting set for driver interviews for Miss Lacey Cool coming in here, of course, I usually wait to the end of the stream to promote all of our partners and stuff, but go ahead and drop the link down there for those who are interested in charities and different foundations and stuff like that. Be sure to go check out Drive for Diabetes Awareness. They do a lot of great work promoting about diabetes and stuff like that. My mom has been affected by diabetes. Several people in my family has been affected by it. And, of course, go check out the story there from Lacey Cool and her family as well. Also, check out the merch and check out their dates in which you can go see her at the track and them racing and all their premier events. But right now we're about to see the 56 take his burnouts. And we're going to go ahead and start with the interviews with the top three. Let's go ahead and pull in Drew Trader, who I believe is scoring his first top three of his young NNR career. So let's go ahead and pull him in. All right, it is Drew Trader now joining us in the booth. Drew, it is Expert and Blair. You got a copy, my friend?
I got you guys.
All right. Well, man, you finished P3. I believe this is the first top three of your NNR iRacing career, man.
Yeah, first
And
top five.
you're coming in here and you were able to hold on, be one of the only few guys to be on the lead lap. The top four, the only people to be on the lead lap. You were able to come in here and get the top three. How tough was it racing at Watkins, Glen?
It's tricky. It's such a slick track that you have to really watch your, getting back into the throttle, especially turns 1 and up through the S's. It's such a track that obviously you need to be into a rhythm just to manage it. And between me and Nick here, we put in, oh man, a lot of laps this week just trying to get speed down, rhythm down, qualifying down, everything like that. So I mean, it's been a hectic week, and I needed this. I really needed this finish.
Well, definitely, and we see you with the Stars and Stripes paint scheme, so we got to give a shout out to it of the patriotic scheme. You got to love it, but of course, with the great performance you had today, is there any shout outs that you want to give out before we send you off to go sub?
Just between Nick and Shane Wolf for helping Shane Wolf in the 11 week for helping me navigate this track, helping me learn it, and then helping me relearn it here again for this race. Nick for just keeping me pushing. He pushes me to try to run just as fast as he does. Obviously, thank Coey and Cowboy for the league. It's a blast running here. It's my first ever time really running the league in a series and being the sponsor of it as well, getting to do all the graphics. It's been such a great time doing this, so I'm having a blast.
Well, it's definitely nice to see you out there on track. We're going to go ahead and send you back down there to the chat you were in. But
right.
Once again, congratulations, man, and can't wait to see you back on track soon.
Wait, thank you guys. Awesome broadcast, by the way.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, going to send him back, and now we're going to pull in Nicholas Vroman, who you're going to get the opportunity to interview, Blair.
All right. Roman, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
What do you got going on there, Vroom Vroom? Looks like you got a P2 tonight. What was the big thing that Trader had that you couldn't catch?
I don't know, it's the driver. Going into tonight though, I was top 3 finish was good enough for me. Once he about got a 4-second lead on me, I was content kind of riding it out. Once Drew Trader spun behind me, I was like, all right, let's get a set P2 0x, but got P2, but then we get to 0x. But that's all right, man. P2 is good, fun tonight for a road course for us. Can't wait till we go back to an oval.
Yeah, gonna have to take a look to see what the points were. I know it's close between you and Nick, so gonna be looking for a points update to see if there's a change at the top. How you feel about Pocono next week?
I'm feeling really good, man. I like Pocono a lot. That's actually, I think, where I got my first official win. So, I enjoy Pocono. It's a good track for me, and I can't wait to get there.
Very good, man. You got any shout outs you'd like to give tonight?
Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys up in the booth. The admins, who put this on every week. People out there watching, my sister, and not really a shout out, man, but thoughts go out to Stout Whiskey's family, man. Thinking about you, buddy, and hopefully you guys make it through this.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, good run tonight, Nick. We look forward to seeing you next Monday night at Pocono.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.
All right.
All right, and we're going to move him back to the other chat as well. Now it's time to bring in our winner, Nick Trader, now joining us in the booth. Nick, it is Expert and Blair, and we talked in pre-race, and we said we were hoping we were going to talk to you at the end. Well, here we are, my friend. Blair, I can't even say enough about that performance tonight. I literally can't. It's leaving me kind of speechless.
Well, let Nick talk about it then.
I'm about to say, lapping up to fourth place. I mean, Nick, just put it in perspective for us. I mean, I can't even ask a question. Just tell us about it.
I'm kind of speechless too, honestly. I was more trying to get myself in the rhythm, stay consistent. I was worried. I don't know how Roman was on road courses, but I put in a lot of laps here over the week. I was actually pretty slow at the start, but I kept working at it, and Drew and some other people kind of gave me some pointers, and at that point I started finding my own way to run it and use those techniques, and I was kind of surprised on how big of a gap I had. I didn't expect to lap as many people as did and get up to, fifth place lapped, but it was definitely a fun track. Slid a little bit, and it was kind of exciting. Some people saying it's kind of hard to catch it, and I had no problem. Not trying to gloat, but I had a few saves in there. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Well, it's definitely fun to watch. You put on one heck of a performance, and now you're heading to what turn for the Tricky Triangle of Pocono next week. How do you feel about that, moving to that track next week?
So the practice season, I missed my qualifying effort and started in the back, and was actually working my way through the field and made it up to, I think, top 10, and decided I wanted to nose the barrels going into pit road and ruin my race. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. Hopefully I get a good starting position and see what I can do.
Oh, is that where the
I
phrase
like Pocono.
pulling a trader comes from?
I'm guessing our good friend Matt Cochran mentioned that in pre-race about him doing that during practice here. So, I mean, I think now we know where that phrase comes from. But
that was this guy.
but I mean, today you set records. Of course, being I don't think I've seen that many people lapped in one race, especially in NNR, and just by I'm assuming the margin of victory as well. So a lot of records broken today, and you're the second multi-time winner in NNR iRacing history. So congratulations, my friend. Any shout-outs from you before we send you on your way to go celebrate?
You guys, I mean, always throw out a good broadcast. Always have it sit next to me while I'm racing. Kind of take my earphone off to listen to you guys every so often, see what you're saying. The whole NNR crew with Cowboy, Coey, them throwing this lead together. One Mind 2 Design with Drew, James. It was fun working with them, having good practice sessions, and then with everybody else in the league. I mean, it seems like we all get together. I was actually really impressed with how well we work together, calling each other out to where we were on the track, giving us enough room to run. I was thoroughly impressed with that, so hopefully keep that up in future races.
Well, certainly, and once again, congratulations on the dominant performance once again, my friend. And yeah, we'll see you at Pocono next week.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, and we're gonna go ahead and move you to the drivers' meeting so we don't get in trouble. But Blair, once again, another great race here in the NNR iRacing Truck Series presented by One Mind 2 Design. I can't speak on it enough how great of a performance that was. And we're going to head to Pocono next week. We get to go battling at the Tricky Triangle. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, going to be another really great track. Going to be another big rhythm track that we've been talking about here the past few weeks. 3 corners, all 3 different. Going to going to be a really, really good race. Going to be a lot of fun, a lot of speed there at Pocono too.
You're exactly right. And, I'm just extremely excited for it. And, with tonight's action tonight and everything, it was just a lot of fun to watch. Can't wait to carry it over into next week. But for everybody that watched tonight, for Miss Lacey Cool and everybody at Joffre Diabetes for that raid, thank you very much. It was greatly appreciated. For Blair Patterson and everybody at NNR Expert Racing Network that allowed to put this on, for Blair Patterson himself, for me, Expert Racing, we want to thank you for joining us here tonight, and we will see you next time. Peace.